Oh, there's your problem. Oh yeah. So here's the story with this. When we came off the salt and a big puff of smoke, and there was oil and coolant all over the place, and it was actually all over my leg, my foot. I knew it was bad. When we got back to the pits, we did notice this hole. But because whoever designed and built this frame, we'll go nameless, they made it so tight up against the cover that I managed to get a couple of bolts out, but we couldn't get the cover off to actually see what the carnage was underneath. And we've just pulled the engine out, we put it on the stand, and we still don't know what the carnage is underneath. So we're going to find out together. This might be anticlimactic, or it might be quite spectacular. Let's find out. The remaining bolts. Huh. Anticlimactic. Entirely anticlimactic. Well, that's boring, wasn't it? Yeah, apart from remnants of the actual cover itself. Yeah, I mean, timing belt's still good. Huh. How very boring. Was it just the head gasket that went? Is that possible? Maybe. Well, let's pull the rest of it out and see what we can find. Find the reason for the oil inside the valves. On top of the valves even. The oil line was locked, wired in place, because that was a regulation thing. All oil lines had to be lock wired. This is actually the turbo feed. So for feeding oil to the turbo, all we did was tee off the line, because handily Ducatis have got external oil lines, well the Tesla Strata ones do. The newer Ducati engines don't. The 848, 1090, 1198 family, they got rid of these oil lines. But it's a throwback from 916. I can't tell you if it was actually. No, there's a bolt there. Can't tell you if it's before that either. But it's kind of handy if you're running turbo. You just pick off the line. Right. So. Doesn't look that bad. I have just seen something, Phil. That's a head bolt. Why is a head bolt just fallen out? Now, there's no way that we missed a head bolt. Something's caused that to slacken off. And if we move this, I think I might know what's been going on here. I think we've blown the head gasket, because the head line is perfectly in line with the cover. And I think it's blown that corner, and because it's blown, it's gapped it and stressed everything, and it's made that nut loose. I'm just wondering now, is that 12 mil? Oh, it is a 12 mil. Huh. That head bolt's pretty slack as well. Just for comparison, how tight is this one? Yeah, that's as tight as it should be. So, we're getting somewhere. Let's try the other side. See what these are like. Actually, that's as tight as it should be. And this one also as tight as it should be. So, something was awry with this side. Only one way to find out. Let's pull the head off, starting with this one. So, the good thing, everything's 12 mil. Pulley was tight. I guess that's a good thing. Oh, really? Don't really mind about how this timing belt comes off or keeping an eye on the timing because I am putting it back on again. On this engine anyway. So that's, yep. Just checking the condition of the timing belt. Because if there was something blowing there, it was in line with the timing belt, that's for sure. Seems okay. Right. Get this one off at the same time. What I am noticing is quite a lot of rubber dust from the timing belt. Because that was a brand new timing belt that was on there, and there's quite a lot of residue on it. Mind you, we did kind of no, thinking about it, it did 3 miles. That's all it did. It literally did it ran up on the bench here, then it did a 3-mile run and shit itself spectacularly. So it seems a bit excessive rubber there. I can't recall how clean it was when it went in. It's fairly clean. Now I'm not taking this rocker cover off yet. That can stay in the floor. Because I don't know how much oil's in this thing, and if I take it off it just could go everywhere. I'd rather have the head straight up when I take it off. It's a second oil line. And we're going to need an Allen key to get the oil line at the top. Or the mount for it anyway. It's much easier to put this oil line in when the engine's out of the bike. If you forget this part when the engine's in the bike, it's a total pain in the ass. And yeah, it's out. So what will happen, this line comes down and connects to here. And when you pull the head, when you pull the cylinder head off, you can get the line out that way. You can take the cover off, but to get the cover off, you got to take the pulleys off, etc., etc. It's not exactly a quick job. I mean, they're fairly easy to work on, these engines, but it doesn't mean that there's not a sequence. It's always a sequence, the older Ducati engines. I have no idea what the new ones are like. Never worked on them, but looking at, well, that's a lie, I've worked on some, but not to this extent. But looking inside the fairings of a V2 or a V4 Panigale, everything is just so crammed in, there's just so much electronics and crap all over the place. They're a bit of a nightmare to work on. Thankfully, the older ones are not like that. Kind of keen to see what's in here. I think I'll move the camera around to the front so we can all see what it looks like inside here at the same time. And maybe get some rags or two as well. It's probably a good idea, because I suspect it's going to be messy. Right then, let's have you. Let's see what this reveals. Ugh. Sticky gasket, or No, just washers. We can live with them. Oh. Oh, there's your problem. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. And there we go, ladies and gents. That is a properly blown head gasket. Good job. So what does that tell us? Let me take this gasket out. It really is quite spectacular. It really is. Blowing everything. And that's metal. I think these are stainless. It's just, it shredded it like it was a paper gasket. Quite impressive. So what's been happening? The reason we've got all this marks here, some of it's rubber, but some of it's debris from this, and some of it's just going to be unburnt exhaust gases, and oil, and coolant, and everything else which has been making its way at that corner. And because the gasket's gone, the clamping force on the head is no longer there, and that's why that bolt's loose. And it probably loosened off and just with vibrations just rattled all the way to the end of the threads. So that kind of that makes sense of why that was there. It really is impressive. Really is impressive. Okay. Well, we learned something for sure. The good thing is because of all the oil and everything that's in there, the cylinder head's in fantastic condition. It's very clean, although a bit oily, somewhat. Okay, and you know what? It hardly looks like anything's been combusting in that engine. The crown of the piston looks so new. Quite keen to get this one off now, just to compare and just see what the differences are. Because if that's brand new and that one's not, then this cylinder was doing the heavy lifting, and this might have been on the way out long before we reached peak speed. Let's pull it off, let's find out. Exactly the same process for this. It's got an oil line on the head, and yeah, 4 head bolts and timing belt. Exactly the same. That's not the right spanner. Where is the right spanner? Hiding. Yeah, now I'm really interested to see what this is. Now bear in mind, I mean, this engine was fitted when it was a test engine. It was run up. We said it was a spare. It ran here on the bench for a couple of minutes, and then it was put in a box. So that's going to be a 13, isn't it? Yep. Who put a different nut on the timing belt pulley? Me, probably. As I was saying, the engine really hasn't done much at all. It got run up on the bench, and then it got started when we did the engine change, and then it got put in the start line and ran for three miles. And you know, it wasn't happy, but we still managed to get, I think, just bits of carbon fiber maybe. We still managed to get 163 miles an hour average, even though this carnage happened. So it's quite impressive, really. But now that I've seen that, I remember, I had a bit of a panic there. The bolts are loose, but I tried that. I remember seeing on the video, and we can cut to the video here and we can see that together, that there was lots of debris kicking out the side. I always assumed it was the carbon fiber cover, which it probably is. but a lot of it could have been the head gasket as well. You can see just before all the smoke and the carnage, there's quite a lot of debris in the air getting kicked up by the bike. So I'm going to guess it was the head gasket and the timing belt cover. Now the good thing is, if it is just a head gasket, we've got a spare, which means all we need to fix that engine is a head. And then we've got two good engines again, which can go on to live in a different project bike in a different life, which would be kind of cool. Except that I don't have two stator and starter ring gears, because that is shared, to be fair. Okay, we've almost got two full engines. And who thought it was a really good idea about 12-point nuts in this thing? God almighty, it's a pain. It really is a pain. How about we'll just cut this bit out and you can catch up with it and ready to take the head off, because this is tedious. And I thought that side was tedious. This side's even worse. It's just painfully slow. Okay, all the head bolts are off. Let's see what this one tells us. Where's my educator? That's the way it should be. It's on the head that looks like it's had some combustion in it. Okay. Yeah. Piston looks a lot more used than this one, but then it has actually been firing, so it's quite possible that with all the oil going there, it's just clean up all the piston again, because you can still see the marker pen R written on top of this piston. So yeah, that tells us that's what a gasket should be look like. Yes, problem. Oh well. So that's good news. It's not as bad as we thought. It appears that it's just the only issue is the head gasket, which is it's a very good thing. We have head gaskets here, we have base gaskets here, so we could rebuild this thing pretty quickly. What I'll probably do is make a good engine out of the two, because I'm still shy a cylinder head. That's a fact. This engine got a refresh just before we went to Bonneville. That's what caught us out. It's that we didn't realize that we had the wrong starter ring gear and a sprag clutch, which was in backwards. So this engine was never tested fully before we left. That was the biggest problem. And the pistons were late and we were crunched for time. That engine's a known entity. That got refreshed before we went to Bonneville last year, so it's probably done like 50 miles now. It's still a very good motor. The surface of it, it's been on the salt for 2 weeks, so it's not as good as this. And this one has got the deep sump, which is a more modern engine. It's still a 998 motor, this, but this style of motor went on to the 999 as well. So I think we'll pull the side shells apart, look at everything, look at the water pumps, figure out where the light and flywheel is, and we'll make this one the good engine. And I'll probably change this cylinder as well and put one of the cylinders on here, because with that blowing, I don't know what damage it's done to it. We'll just change that as well. So we will go and make a decent brand new refreshed Ducati engine. Things are not that bad. This is probably a good time to stop. We've got quite a lot of work ahead of us, stripping both these motors and making a good run at the two. But until we start this job, we need to kind of do something with all the crap that's lying on this bench, and then we need to do something with RZV 500 parts, because that's cluttering up the floor, and we need space onto the shelves for all this stuff to go to. So we need a bit of a clear up day first. Then we'll get stuck into two engines at once, which will be kind of fun. So yeah, it's been informative. We've learned some things. If you enjoy what you're watching, please like and subscribe. Got any questions, comments, let me know. We're still learning here, so it's every day's a school day with this and with YouTube. So yeah, let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll catch you in the next one.